Alan's view on today, because I know you've been fairly critical of Tottenham recently. Much better today, more clinical, big result, huge 3 points, and even Richarlison looking. Today we can call him R9. Go on, talk to me, Al. Talk to me.
Don't ever disgrace R9. I will never do that. I don't co-sign that at all. That's just Terry. No, look, it was a better performance today in regards to the fact that we were clinical. Against, I've said it time and time again, against apart from Wolves, every other game we've lost, we've actually been like playing really good football. And it's the same with rival fans. As soon as you see a loss, it's like, let's troll them for losing. But they don't remember how the game went. If Spurs had have taken their chances, like you said at the top of the show, if Spurs actually had have been more clinical in other games, we'd be right up at the top of the league, like near Liverpool or around Arsenal. But it's a learning curve. We've been too gung-ho all the time. And today, I agree. I think he did rein it in a little bit. And it worked to our point. As soon as I saw that Newcastle, after the first part where they could have gone 1-0 up, they didn't. And then Spurs took control of the game. No disrespect. It's because of, obviously, your injuries and stuff like that. Easy game for Spurs. Literally, yes. We should have. It was easy.
Incredibly easy.
It became an easier game.
Let me finish my point. As soon as we went 1-0 up, for me, I was like sitting on my channel going, no, it's got to be 4 or 5-0. We're smash these, absolutely smash them. But it went to 4-0, went 4-1. It was fine. Look, Richarlison finished today, but he could have had more goals. There was one time the ball got placed into he was a yard out and he couldn't sort himself out and literally missed the header completely. So yeah, he's got two goals, fantastic, but he could have had so many more, to be fair. Look, Newcastle are there for anyone for the taking at the moment because of the injuries and suspensions. It's just the way football is. Obviously, it's hit them hard. So once they get everyone back, they'll be absolutely fine. But it's just a bad thing they've got to deal with at the moment. In regards to Spurs, Brennan Johnson did a couple of good things today, like his shots, like wide and obviously hitting the post is fine. But you can cheer what you want, Dan. But his decision-making, his crossing was absolutely woeful today. Literally. No, hold on. Let me finish. His balls in the first half were just literally, first time he had 2 people over the back post that he couldn't pick out and it went straight to Newcastle player. And the second one, he's hit into nowhere, like actually hasn't even looked where he's hit it and he's completely missed everyone. He's got to sort himself out. He's got to compose himself. I saw a lot more from him today, but literally his decision-making is so awful. It really is. He's got to improve on that massively, but I'll give him credit because I thought he shot, his shots and all that were really good. He was unlucky not to score today, so I'll give him credit for that. I will look now. People say they must not be good enough, but I'm going to be absolutely honest here. I'm going to call out Ange for a specific reason. We are 4-0 up, and you're bringing the likes of Højbjerg or Skip. You're bringing all these people on that aren't good enough, Hill and all that. I want to see when you're 4-0 up and controlling the game, why you're not bringing on Donnelly for more minutes, Dorrington. I think
the kids.
He did.
No. He brought Donny on for the final 4 minutes. Listen, when we were 4-0 up, he then brought on Hill and that first. Listen to what I'm saying. Don't just jump at me for the first thing. Listen to what I'm saying. He brought Hill and that on. People that we know aren't going to be here. People are going to be gone from this club. Why are we not bringing on the youngsters to see what they can do? You've got 4 minutes before the end. I think he could do that. People say, but they're not good enough. That's the reason why he's not doing it. But we've seen people that are not good enough, like Dyer, come and get a chance and then be thrown straight back out of the team who's going. I would rather see the youngsters come on than these same deadbeat players that aren't good enough who are leaving this club. Apart from that, everything else did. Ange, much better controlling the game. The players, obviously, I will hint at Romero. I don't think it was a red card, but he's got to get that out of his game. If he ends up getting a red card on the pitch, and I don't think it's clear and obvious to change it back to it should have been a red because of the intent, he's only going to cause Spurs more problems moving forward. He's got to cut that out of his game. But apart from that, all-round solid performance. I think, if Spurs continue these type of performances and adjust and all that, we're going to be absolutely fine in the top 6 and maybe even higher.
And then first of all, can I talk about that cross that you talked about? That cross, first of all, you could tell what he was trying to do. It wasn't just a nonsense, wrong decision cross.
The point is he couldn't do it.
The back line, no. The back line was out from Newcastle. So he was trying to play a quick one-touch cross straight away to Richarlison. Richarlison just about didn't read it. And if he would have stuck his leg out earlier, it would have been a brilliant cross. And we would be celebrating it right now. You could see what he's trying to do. You could see the intent from Brendan Johnson. Brilliant performance from him today, first of all. Second of all, when it comes to the youngsters not coming on, He also got to bring on the players that haven't played that much this season. He's not going to just leave them on the bench for the rest of the year. That brings a bad morale around the training ground. People, like, sometimes when you're 4-0 up, bring those players on, get them morale up. And then let's say you got another injury where Højbjerg is forced to come on. He's not coming on and being like, I don't want to play for this club. They're not giving me minutes. And that's probably the reason why they played. I understand the argument that the academy players are coming on, but they also did come on. They came on in like the 90th minute. So I think
Højbjerg's been playing a lot lately, so that's not true.
Exactly.
Højbjerg started matches and played in full 90s in matches.
Yeah, but those games that he started,
and Hilaz as well.
Yeah, but those games that he started, and last game he was terrible, 100%. But like those games before that he like forced to start because we didn't have options. You get me?
Yeah, but it's different when he's a regular substitute in and off the bench, right? It's different than when you're bringing a player in for the last 15, 20 minutes of a game to see it out when we're 4-0 up. At that point in time, give Donnelly, give Dorrington, give people that aren't going to get a chance, and you have that 4-0 cushion that you can get them into, because at some point in time, we want to see the young players play. We want to see them succeed, and the deadwood gone. You don't need to be giving opportunities to players that want to leave and aren't going to be here in 6 months, right?
Yeah,
that makes perfect sense. I want to come back to Tottenham in a minute and talk a bit more about them, but I want to speak a bit about Newcastle for a moment. Two horrendous results in the space of a week for you. Battered by Everton, battered by Tottenham. You now have got obviously a big game in the Champions League. What's going wrong at the moment, in your opinion, Steve, with Newcastle?
Eddie Howe, bro, you need to fix up the away form. This is getting kind of silly now. That's the first thing. And the lineup, make some changes. We have some players back. Longstaff and Wilson today. Why can't some of them play? Why can't Lewis Hall get a few minutes? Play Matt Ritchie instead of Miguel Almiron. Miguel Almiron is garbage. He is a team player, but there is no quality to his game. There is no quality in the final third outside of some nice little purple patches every once in a while. He is a team player that runs. That's it. He's not good. He's not a good player in the final third. He's a purple patch. He's inconsistent. He was awful today. Trippier was awful today. 2 straight games of captains playing bad. Chelsea had the same thing, and they got criticized for that. So I can only say that about Trippier. Captain's performance 2 straight games, horrible. So he's got to improve upon that. Where else? Lascelles, trash. Dubravka, just a dickhead. Midfield, completely overran by Tottenham. That was their best performance of the whole season. Credit to them. They massacred us. Absolutely massacred us today. And I knew it was going to happen. I said 3-1. I knew it was going to be black and blue bruises. So I'm not surprised. And that's a problem because I don't like my team being predictably terrible when it's in a specific circumstance. When we always play Liverpool, we lose home and away. Nowadays, it's that plus the away games. We look like trash every time and lose. So I kind of need them to fix up on that. Like, it just is what it is. It's a bump in the road, but stop the rot. Stop the rot against Milan on Wednesday.
I hear you on that, Steve. Chris, I wanted to ask you about this, Chris. 16th in the table when it comes to away form. Only Luton and Sheffield United have less points than you away from home this year. 1 win, 5 defeats, 2 draws. Why do you feel Newcastle was struggling? Why do you think Eddie Howe is struggling to get this team to be able to generate positive results away from home?
I think St. James's Park is a unique ground, and when you are depleted and tired and fatigued, I think that can give you energy. And listen, I'm not necessarily going to use the injuries reasoning as to why we're losing away. I don't really like to use that because again, we've beaten Chelsea, we've beaten Manchester United, we've beaten all these teams, and nobody talked about the injuries as much. Now we have players back, so really the injuries deal is not even. I shouldn't be in the conversation anymore. Listen, today was just a must win for both of these teams. I think that some might agree, might not agree, but I think this is our level. I think the 4th, 5th, 6th is Tottenham and Newcastle's level. We're not competing for the title. And so I think this was a must win for both of us. And Tottenham took it serious. And when the one thing I got to say about Newcastle, when it's a must win, the same thing with Bournemouth and Everton. Because thinking of this weekend, we were going to play against Tottenham. Maybe a draw would have been nice if we win with Everton, but we lose it. So Now this one becomes a must win, and we end up losing it as well. So I think that mentality, I'm dealing with Newcastle fans all the time telling me I should be blessed because we're in this position, and I should be thankful in all this. And that's wonderful. Two nice seasons. We sort of back in the mix, but I'm not going to be thankful because we should just be, content that we're playing and competing and tying. No, we need to put some pressure behind our team we want wins. We want to win something, and it's something going on. I don't think that we just go away and think, okay, we're going to lose this one. It might be the energy behind it that we miss from St. James's Park, but ultimately, the injury deal, you got to count that out. I'm not counting that one. I mean, Isak played bad. Our defensive line today, Schär, Lascelles, Trippier. Trippier is the best right back in the league, in the Premier League, and possibly in the world, in my opinion. Okay, that's a big take. But regardless, 2 back-to-back bad performances. And Valentino Livramento, a young kid, bad performance as well. So our whole defensive line played horrible. So at some point in time, you got to take accountability. People this week with Everton were blaming Dubravka. It has nothing to do with any goals. You know what I mean? They're calling to bring all these goalkeepers
today, bro.
All these
Dubravka
goalkeepers.
Today was awful.
Why would you bring a top goalkeeper to be the substitution for Pope in 4 months? I mean, let the dude play and worry about what is actually happening on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? So it's just tough. Eddie Howe has a lot of work to do, but at the end of the day,
I hear you on that, Chris. Some really good points there, bro. I've got some super chats here I want to do. This one says it was a cynical. Okay, so already done that one from Jerome.
Yeah, never read.
Our fringe players are getting a good run out due to injuries and are getting time to learn handball. This can only benefit us when we're at full strength and need to use them from time to time. Do you know what? I get that, Simon, but I do agree with what Will and Alan are saying. If you've got a player that could even leave in January, but you've got a young kid who's tipped to potentially be a star, I don't know about many of your academy players, especially when you're 4-0 up, give a young kid, a 20-minute run out and let him see what he's capable of doing. That makes a lot more sense in my personal opinion. I agree. Thank you, D. Jerome here. Hope you're well, brother. He says, Alan, we are playing on Friday. Obviously, we'll do rotation, but once fringe players come on, we dropped in quality.
Yeah, we do drop in quality, but like I said, it's when it's 4-0 and then 4-0, your option is to you bring on Skip and Hill. We know what they can do, and it's not a lot. Why not give 4-0 up, 10 minutes to go, Donnelly and Dorrington time to? It's just one of them things. Like they're both tipped to be, future first teamers. Why not give them a chance to see what they can do? You're not going to do it against Nottingham Forest. You're not going to do it against Everton. And I see people in the comments going, "Oh, be happy we won." I'm ecstatic we won 4-1. We should have been doing this in other games. I'm absolutely beside myself. It's just me wanting to see our youngsters be given more of a chance than sitting on the bench.
I hear you there. Debbie says, young Daniel, you must be very happy right now. And that brings me on to the next talking point. You said before you played West Ham, if you win that match, you're back in the title race. Do you still believe that now? Do you believe that Spurs, after winning this game, are back in the hunt for a title?
I was going to ask him that too.
Terry, you could call me anything you want, but I am consistent. And I also said in that West Ham.
I haven't called you a name. I'm just asking if you believe that.
Terry, I'm not talking about you in general. I'm talking about the general population. You could call
Dan
me.
catches heat from us too in our Spurs WhatsApp group.
You're young and naive, and you're a fan of sports.
Everybody,
trust me, I've been there, bro.
Listen. But what I'm saying is, I am consistent. And I said in the West Ham game, if we win this game, we're back in the title race. But if we lose, I'm never going to bring up a title race for the rest of the season. Ooh. We lost that game. I'm not going to say the word title race until next season. All right. Oh. But what I will say is, West Ham ain't for everyone. Being Newcastle United is not for everyone.
You almost lost it there, Dan.
You messed it up, Dan.
That's all.
Hang on. And let's do that again. What we'll do, right? What we'll do, we'll all go quiet for a minute. We'll go quiet. Daniel, when I say now, say it again. No one noticed, right? So go again now. Go.
What I will say is, being Newcastle ain't for everyone.
You gotta do better. You gotta be like,
thanks for that compliment.
Battering Newcastle 4-1 ain't for everyone. That's what.
But listen, we're gonna play at St. James's Park, and we're gonna be play at St. James's Park, and it could be the same result, but vice versa, man. Come on.
No, we'll be getting Mickey van der Ven back. We'll be getting Madison back.
6-1.
Harry's here with us. Hasn't said nothing yet. Obviously, really good performance from you guys today. Are you feeling like you know, maybe, just maybe, win a couple more games now, win at the weekend, close that gap at the top to 4 points, title race back on for your boys?
You're on
You're on
mute.
mute.
You're on mute, brother. I can't hear you. Actually, you're not actually on mute, but
I think I'm
can't
getting
hear
some feedback from your mic too. Maybe you got a mic problem.
I can't hear any. Yeah. I'll kick you out. Come back in, Harry. Try that, mate. I want to hear. I really do want to hear what he's got to say. I want to ask the Spurs, the Newcastle fans is going. I want to go Chris first on this. All year, I've seen people. I know Rory Jennings has done it, and a few others have spoke about Eddie Howe might lose his job this season. Is there any talk amongst the sort of Newcastle group chats and fans that people are losing faith in Eddie Howe?
Well, not losing faith. I think it's been talked about whether he can be the one to take you to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, in one honest opinion, I just don't know. I think he made us. He's making us play good under the circumstances. You know, with injuries in the beginning and all that stuff. I think we are getting good performances. But what I want, if you ask me for a Newcastle, I want to win something. So if you just if my trophy is going to be beating Chelsea, Manchester United, then I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that we can win the Premier League with Eddie Howe. And this might be Newcastle fans might be upset about this. But and also I don't think that we can win something important with just getting Newcastle born players and thinking that's cute and wonderful that the Geordies come and play and that's a trophy almost. I don't believe in that at all. We need to get quality players, whether they're born here or in Ghana. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter. And I think it's going to be a matter of spending on quality players and maintaining some of these. And when it comes to Eddie Howe, I mean, it's up for grabs. I'm not 100% sure really whether he can be.
I hear you on that. I hear you. I'm interested in the take. Harry, can we hear you now?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now, Harry.
Oh, I let the old Mac at home. I'm at my mum's. I'm in a different background today. I just wanted to say first things first.
First of all, I've got something to say to you. First of all, do you sleep standing up? Why is your mattress standing up for?
No, I'm not sleeping in this room, bro. I'm in the other room. This is a spare room.
Okay. Anyway,
the mattress?
Are you in the title race? Are you in the title race?
No chance.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
We're not.
Harry.
But what I wanted to say first things first. Me and my mum, she's the one that unfortunately brought me to be a Spurs fan. Anyway, so we're sat down there. Yeah, I'm on Paddy Power. I'm thinking, right, I put 20 quid on Richarlison to score. I had a gut feeling. And Dan, I've come in here and I've seen it. You've turned the shirt backwards. And I promise you, bro, it's different. It's different levels. They were telling us Richarlison's going in January. If he carries on like this, he ain't going anywhere. I want him every single game, number 9, if he carries on like this.
The question is, will he carry on like this?
Yeah.
Because what you're saying, if he scores 2 goals every single game, he'll be one of the best strikers in the world.
He's gonna be the best man at my wedding if he does it.
Right, okay. You've got to get a girlfriend first.
Whenever that happens.
Is he going to do it, though? Is he going to do it?
I believe a goal.
You believe we're going to win the league, too, man. Look what happened. You're jinxing Richarlison right now.
Nah, a goal a game for the next 5 games. If he doesn't score every game, you can't deal with it. Do you know what I mean?
Harry,
he's got the hunger.
He scored 2 in France.
Do you know
Didn't score again for months.
Bro, do you know how embarrassing it is that I got pumped by Richarlison? I got dunked on by a brace. Do you know how disgusting I feel, bro? Like, I am genuinely so embarrassed that happened. I'm so angry. I can't even believe
it's Pete for you. But can I just say as well? Can I just say
he's one away from that?
Can I just say, I'm sorry that Saudi money didn't help you guys. I'm sorry. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, man. Saudi money couldn't help us today,
another
bro.
dumb statement, man. Like that.
A lot of our players.
You should learn from your past mistakes, man. Right?
Harry,
I'm out there with the league thing, jumping out there.
Daniel Levy don't even care about you, and you still.
You should learn, Harry. You jumped out there with the league thing too soon.
All the Geordie
saying
fans
we're going to win the league. Now you're saying Richarlison's going to score 5 goals.
The money, boys.
Oh,
They've only come back.
Daniel Levy is the original.
Not Santiago Munez season anymore, boys. You know what I mean?
He was.
Here we go. Look, I want to thank everybody who's tuned in today. I want to thank all my panel. You've all been brilliant. I love the banter at the end as well.